Whew, gracious, we made it back, finally. Welcome, adventurer. This is the Sky City of the Oka. Since you came all this way, I guess I can give you a tour of the city. Oh, goodness, brave adventurer, you won't believe it. There's a dragon raging outside the city walls. I can kind of believe it, we just saw it right now. Oh, I'm terribly worried about everyone. I'm gonna check in that shop for survivors. They always leave me, man. Anyway, good day, ladies and gentlemen, this is Advanced Logic, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. With me, joining me in this dungeon, I have a certain friend because I can't get into the pacing of this dungeon.
Certain friend? Wait, what?
That's you.
No, but like, I'm a certain type of friend? What do you mean certain type of friend?
A friend who, I don't know. We both like tits.
Okay.
What do you mean, a certain type?
Pretty much. I certainly like tits, so yeah, sure, why not?
Yep, and for those not in the know, this is Opaqueflake. He is joining me for the City in the Sky.
Oi.
And why did he invest in bombs that the Oka can't use? I have no idea, but... and why did he even invest in arrows, either?
Are you gonna buy any of these things?
Hell no, I'm just showing that off because I like how they point that out. It's like, you know, I don't know why we have these in our inventory. None of us can use this shit.
Aren't they, like, practically goddess minions or something?
Something like that, or maybe they're just like the closest thing to gods this game has. And so like, because they're closer to the sky than we are, I guess.
Yeah, they're like some kind of godlike creatures or something.
Yeah, like messengers or something.
My god, they're fucking ferocious and nightmare-inducing.
And nipply.
Yeah.
Also,
literally chicken breast.
Yeah. Get used to this. Don't get used to this because this is the last time we actually see Oko for the game.
For real?
Yeah, it is the last dungeon because all throughout the entire game, her and her son were just trying to get back here, and now that they're here, it's like, we'll help you out one last time.
You know what I just realized? They remind me of banana birds.
Kind of, yeah.
Speaking of which, I guess it's worth noting that this is the last Zelda of recent times that I've completed. And it's also my third favorite.
Wait, which are your first two then?
A Link to the Past, then Majora's Mask.
Good enough for me. Also,
seriously,
yeah.
all that.
No, go ahead.
Like all that musical build up, and it's just like, oh, bombs.
And not to mention it's water bombs, which I was looking around, I'm like, do I need water bombs? I'm like, I don't think there's anything I could blow up under here.
I guess they're like, well, we gotta put something there, so water bombs.
Yeah, why not? Also, if you want to go back to the surface, you could use this cannon right here, and you just go right back down. Oh, you should be fine. Well, as long as you're prepared like I was.
I honestly don't remember this dungeon, but then again, I only played this game once.
Yeah, it's the last dungeon we have to go through in order to get the last mirror shard.
I did pseudo complete this game. In the sense of, I got most of the collectibles, even the golden armor and all that fun stuff. But there are some things I didn't collect due to laziness.
Well...
I got all the pole souls, I had fun with that.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I couldn't into Skyward Sword. Are you really walking in metal boots?
I'm just making sure the wind doesn't push me freaking back. I'm like, okay, no, I don't want that. I just want to go a little quicker or something. Also, I could kind of see how people could maybe draw parallels between this and Skyward Sword's Skyloft.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, is there any throwback from this dungeon to Skyloft?
There might be. I mean, they might have designed Skyloft around this dungeon's aesthetics. Maybe that's why they had that art style in the game in Skyward Sword in the first place. But
That's disturbing.
as far as I know, though, considering this is a lot more of a distant sequel than all the other games in the Zelda series, I would say the Hylians in the sky really evolved into some weird shit right here.
Yeah. Apparently nipples on the back are
Either that or
needed for evolution.
Actually, either that or those Hylians fucked all the loft wings. So like, we lost all our women. Oh look, we still have the birds.
Well, it could have been the other way around.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's either the male Hylians lost all the women or all the women lost all the men. Either way, there was crossbreeding to be had.
Yes, pelvises were crushed.
Bird pelvises.
My God, they're everywhere.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, this is slowly coming back to me.
A little bit. Also,
No, honest. Go for it.
Like with this dungeon, this is the dungeon of this game that I remember the least. As just like when I did this as a practice run back when I got the game, before I was starting the Let's Play, I think I was at this section of the dungeon for like a good 30 to 40 minutes before I realized, oh, I should probably stop being a dumbass, and I figured out some stuff.
I actually remember this dungeon because I think you used the Gale Boomerang here the most.
Actually, I think I've only used it like on a select few moments, but you'll be seeing that soon enough. If anything, you use the claw shot the most in this dungeon. For good reason, though.
Well, you always use the claw shot in general. I mean, it's just easily to traverse shit.
Yeah, but even more so here, because there's a lot of stuff like bottomless pits, considering you are like thousands of feet in the air. You kind of want to avoid falling off to your death.
Yeah, but that's not going to stop you based on your recent history.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
My only regret is that this game doesn't have a hilarious Link falling down into the abyss animation.
Or bonitis.
Yes, because Link suffers from bonitis. That explains Lon Lon Ranch milk. That explains Lon Lon Ranch milk.
Yeah, it's all like, it cures what ails you, especially bonitis.
Bonitis, I got that. Or induces it, I don't know. It's one of those.
Yeah, either prevents it or it makes it even worse. Either way.
It's like I forget which boob produces the right vitamins for it. Malon, you dirty fuck. Wait, is Malon the older one?
I think so? Or are you thinking Majora's Mask style?
I don't know, I just think of the milk lady. There's the kid sister and then there's the older sister.
Yeah, I think it's the older one in Majora's Mask I know is Cremia.
That's the one.
And then
yeah, she milks her titties. The left one is to kill, the right one is to cure.
and the middle is for Link himself.
My God, there's a hit. Well, it makes sense because you do get that one telescope to see extra shit, right?
Yep.
In that game, or is that Majora's Mask?
Actually, the telescope thing I think is in Wind Waker.
Really? The one with the purple one, so you can see hidden depth stuff?
Oh,
well, not the telescope, the
lens,
magnifying glass.
Yeah, Lens of Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's Majora's, huh?
Yeah, that's Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time.
Oh, it's both of them. All right.
Still, he just busts out the lens, looks right through her. He's like, "Oh yeah,
my God, a third titty." No wonder these are sealed away.
Also, I think I kind of went a roundabout way. I think I realized it at this part because you saw when I did that one thing with the spinner, and then I went back in and then made my way around.
Yes.
It turns out there were some vines right there, so I could have just avoided going such a roundabout way of doing things.
Yeah, like, this is your third time.
This is the third time I've been in this room, and certainly not the last.
Straight up deja vu.
Yep.
Well, at least you're going another path, so that's good.
Considering that one dragon cut off the path that we opened up there in the first place, really no other options.
That dragon kind of looked like a mega evolution of Aerodactyl.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, I mean, with what I see at like my itty bitty quality right now, I don't have this shit maximized.
Yeah. How would it? Actually, I think there already is a Mega Aerodactyl.
I thought that was a thing, no? Like it has like stone, like a stone beard or something, or a scaly beard.
Maybe. I don't know. I might put a photo up on it right here in editing. Like, oh, that's how it looks like.
I'm gonna call your bluff. You're not gonna do it.
How much you want to bet?
I'm pretty sure you already forgot about it.
Forgot about what?
Exactly. Now you can insert your damn One Piece thing.
You know I'm not going to.
Fuck it, I'll do it for you. I'm not the hugest fan of the Zeldas. In fact, recently I did play Majora's Mask on the 3DS, and I didn't have as much fun as I remember it.
Who'd have thought that armor was heavy enough for it to not slide like that?
Quick question. Have you tried carrying that shit and then walking through it? Or maybe that's just enough weight for the enemy?
I'm not sure. I never really thought about just carrying the armor by itself without having to use the boots.
That'd be, did you know fact, I guess?
Maybe. I mean, I would think because the enemy's a lot lighter than us, maybe the armor that we tear off of it wouldn't be enough to weigh us down.
Man, I really hate the iron boots.
Them shits are heavy, man.
Well, I'm not keen of items that slow you down, and they use... It's kind of weird, because they have a bunch of items that you can play with in this game, but they focus on the iron boots the most. It's like, why?
Yeah. And now we have the map. This place is, like, compared to the Temple of Time, the dungeon we just went through before this, I mean, it has about the same amount of floors, but it's a lot more expansive, because Temple of Time was a lot more linear.
Yeah, this one's broken apart, but at least you don't have to fall down to access a lot of areas like in most games.
Yeah.
Because this would be the dungeon to do that with.
Also, I'm showing this off right here. Like, if you step on these little pressure-sensitive things, they drop down pretty slow when you're just standing on without your iron boots on. But when you have them on...
It's still not going to beat the handheld versions of Link falling down.
Yeah. Like...
Wang.
But yeah, I'm just showing that off because some people might think, why don't you just try to run across, like, the wind pushing against you with the iron boots? I'm like, nah, that's not going to happen.
It's kind of a shame they didn't bring back the,
Shit.
What was it called? Rock's Feather for these type of games, but I think it makes sense because that might be a little bit too overpowered in the 3D realm.
Yeah.
Or not overpowered, but too useful.
I wonder, I'm kind of hoping they'll do that with Breath of the Wild, like the one Zelda game they're making for NX.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hoping they might do something like that, considering how much they showed off on at E3. Like, pretty much anything is possible with that game, as far as I'm aware.
I gotta ask, do you have any hype for that?
I am pretty hyped, yes. I'm kind of wondering how if they're gonna do a story, or are they trying to do some bullshit, like, I don't know, something kind of like along the lines of what Bethesda does, where it's just like they kind of give you a little story, but once you make your way past the tutorial area, then it's just like, okay, you just, from here on out, it's your adventure. Do whatever the fuck you feel like.
It's one big ass Hyrule field.
Pretty much. That's kind of what I'm worried about. Like, will they make it worth exploring, or can you just... Well, I think they already did mention that you could go straight to Ganondorf if you wanted to, but he might kick your ass.
Challenge accepted.
Shit.
See, people will say that's fucking bullshit, right? When you just got your asses, or your asses, the asses, of course, why not? The correct form of asses is the asses. Like, that's bullshit, you know, you could fucking not do anything to counter against that. You're like, oh wait, get a boomerang.
Yeah, also, you kind of get a glimpse of him that enemy popping out under the towel before you jump. So if you're just being reckless, then it is kind of your fault. And let's just do this against this guy. You can probably see where this is going.
Sumo wrestling, got it.
I swear, that is the stupidest thing. I'm all like, why is this working?
Why are we positioned in the fucking flying fortress?
You know, they're definitely not as nimble as the Lizalfos in Ocarina of Time, because at least with those ones, once you hit them, they jump behind you like, oh, now I'm over here. These ones, I'll just stand directly in front of you still.
Well, it's kind of cool that you can kill them that way. I mean, there are enemies you can do that with. Like, I'm a huge fan of Link to the Past. There are enemies you can just push off, and it'd be easier that way.
Yeah, I think I know which ones you're talking about.
Now, if this were like, say, a game like, I guess a Souls game. No, you could do that in a Souls game.
Yeah, you could do that.
I guess in a 3D action game, the enemies would find a way to like latch onto the edge and punish you for that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. If they live here, why don't they just give you like the backdoor key?
It's like we don't have hands.
So grab onto my ass.
That is what we do with these anyway. I mean, look at this. Actually, wait, I tried grabbing that chest right here, but that looked like a spot you could claw shot your way to, but nah.
At least you could grab onto some asses.
Some freaking Hylian bird ass.
Grab onto my assets. Your what? My ass. Oh.
My ass. It's pretty tight, right?
20 rupees.
Yeah, not worth it, but considering I am going for all the chests in every dungeon, this one's no exception, and I don't want to come back for it.
Turns out you have to.
Fuck. It's like, you need 20, it's like, you need this many rupees to advance. Like, oh shit, I'm down 20 rupees.
So when you gonna use that golden armor?
I don't know, I think I might show it off in the next dungeon or something. I mean, I really haven't had much of a chance to show it off, considering I go into these things pretty prepared.
Spiffy. I'm about to say, like... I did not know you could do that.
Yeah, I learned about that when I did my practice run, too, because, like, in the first room where you can see the Uka that you could grab onto them, once I made my way toward the end, there was, like, Uka hanging off the wall, and there was no other ones I could grab onto. I was like, oh, shit, how am I supposed to get across? So then I tried the claw shot, and it worked. I'm like, oh, hey, I guess they accounted for that.
It actually makes sense since the claw shot can grab onto most stuff, so... But for some reason, I just didn't think about it.
God damn it.
Aren't you supposed to let go so you can latch onto the edge? Oh wait, that's a... Yeah, you can't do that in this game.
I think you could, but I'm not sure about that particular ledge being able to, like, be latched onto.
Which way are you going? I am having trouble following you.
Well, we're making progress for sure. And right here is like this one room that, it's pretty much the same room where we got the dungeon map, only it's the rest of it.
Yeah, man, seeing this whole layout, I don't know why people give water dungeons shit. Because these type of dungeons, I give shit to.
Yeah, just like a lot of, like, as I said, you use the claw shot a lot in this, and mostly because they kind of give you no choice but to use the claw shot. It's like, oh look, bottomless pits. Bottomless pits, there's things that you could latch onto. You might want to use the claw shot to make your way around the dungeon properly.
This is where you get the other one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
And then they have these freaking fans that blow you to the sides, and also if you get blown off the sides, then you it counts as if you fell into a bottomless pit.
Hooray!
Yeah.
This whole dungeon is giving me flashbacks to that one stone temple in Majora's Mask.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that it's not tough, it's just tedious, and this is why I think this is more annoying than water dungeons, because these are tedious.
Yeah, but I also want to say with Stone Tower Temple, the one you're mentioning right now, There are those moments because considering you have to flip the temple upside down in order to explore the last half of it, like with that, you might miss something in the first half, and then you get to the second half, you're like, wait, I need a key, shit, and then you had to go back, flip the temple back around, go back in it, and look for the key.
That's essentially what happened to me, twice.
Eh. It especially sucks if you're trying to 100% the dungeons, trying to collect everything in them.
Heard you're talking shit. I mean, crawl.
Also, I kind of consider this enemy just as bad as those kinds of enemies that have, like, big red glowing eyes. Because you can kind of see what the shield is made out of.
I can't help but think of Dragon Quest when I see this enemy.
Can't remember their official names. I think they're just Winged Lizalfos. Or,
Creative.
Oh, wait, no. I think they're called Air Alphos.
See, this is how battle should be done, but... So here's what I'm hoping in Breath of the Wild. You get into fights like these more often while you're exploring the world, but not in a 1 versus 1 scenario.
Where, like, they can kind of gang up on you and you have to be careful.
Yeah, essentially. Like, there are, like, little foraging units, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, instead
I'm
of
not
just,
saying...
like, if they have a band of moblins just working together, that they shouldn't make it where it's just like, okay, it's just one goes after you, and then after you kill that one, then another one from that same mob comes in. Nah, they should make it so it's like, oh, we're a mob, so we should probably attack together.
Yeah, pretty much that. Like, one of the reasons why I like this game is because there's emphasis on sword techniques, and you can play around with that.
Yeah.
So in Breath of the Wild, if they introduce something like that, that gives you incentive to want to explore the world, to learn stuff like that, to help fight, negate enemies, I don't know, like something to help you out in the dark.
Yeah.
You could probably learn like a flash bait attack. It's like a bane of light with your master sword. It glows and does extra damage to shadow enemies. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a night day system.
Yeah. They kind of have to if they want to make it open world. And it's like, if it's just one... If it doesn't have a transition from day to night and back and forth, I don't think they strike many points with gamers.
I just realized this is the right-handed Link.
Oh yeah, it's because I'm doing this on Hero Mode since it is mirrored from the GameCube version.
Oh, okay.
Essentially, we're playing the Wii version, but with lack of motion controls.
I was about to say, you think they'd use the GameCube version, considering they're gonna start building it from the ground up. They could just remove some of that stuff, but I guess it would have been easier too.
Yeah. Also, yes. I think this is the only instance in this game where we get an upgrade to a current item instead of just getting a new item altogether.
Wu-Tang!
Yeah!
Pretty much how the claw shots are aligned.
The hands, the claws do kind of look like W's.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially with the double claw shots, now we are Spider-Man, or Spider-Lunk, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I would make the obvious joke, but I already did. I don't want to take it any further.
Sure. But I really do like upgrading your weapons in Zelda games, so this is pretty cool.
Yeah, because I think with the first dungeon, instead of getting an upgraded slingshot or whatever, we just got an entirely another item altogether, like the bow and arrow. And what was it we got with the fire dungeon? I can't remember what I got in that one.
Well, you got the bow and arrows, you got the water bombs, and then you got the it wasn't the boomerang, it was the other weapon you get. The one before or after the top, I think.
Oh no, wait, I got it mixed up. In the forest dungeon we got the boomerang. In the fire dungeon we got the bow and arrow. In the water dungeon we got the claw shot. And then we got the spinner. Pretty much like we get... The only time it was kind of an upgrade was the fire dungeon because we went from a slingshot to a bow and arrow, though they're technically separate items.
Gotta ask, were you to choose, would you choose upgrading a minimal amount of weapons or having a faster array of weapons?
Personally, I think I'd go with the upgrading of the weapons or what you currently have.
Yeah, keep it small. I think
Because otherwise it just seems like a clutter of items that you, especially once you get better weapons and whatnot, then the ones you had before are pretty much useless, aka slingshot.
yeah, I was about to say slingshot, perfect example.
I mean, like, they kind of mitigated that with Skyward Sword, because I know in that game you start out with a slingshot and then upgrade to the bow and arrow. But at least in there, the slingshot could be kind of used to stun enemies.
But then you have Deku Nuts.
Do you?
In Ocarina?
No, I was thinking Skyward Sword. I mean,
Oh.
like, in Skyward Sword, like, the slingshot could be used to stun enemies. But then the bow and arrow could be used to just take out enemies from far away.
Well, you got Oku's name, Kump. It's ass. Da da da. Ah, no, fuck it. That was horrible. Fuck it. I'm leaving this Let's Play. Sorry, y'all.
Like, I'm out. Fuck this. Nope. Oh shit! Didn't mean to do that.
It's a shame you can't attack while doing this, though.
And the closest thing you could do is just smack an enemy with the other claw shot.
Unfortunately, this variety of Lunk, isn't too great with the sword yet.
Not yet. Actually, I think oh, right, I still have a hidden skill I haven't gotten yet, but you know what? We've pretty much finished the first half of this dungeon, and we got the double claw shot. So next time on Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, I'm just going to heal up real quick. We'll go through the last half of it.
Nifty. Alright, I'm Opaqueflake. Wu-Tang!
We out.